All right, so now we're gonna look at the flanger pedal. So let's get our flanger on. All right, let's take a look and listen to the flanger pedal within GarageBand. And we're gonna look at this Robo Flanger, this purple guy right here. Now, what is a flanger type of sound? Well, we've previously already looked at the delay pedal and the phaser pedal. So that's pretty perfect because that's basically what a flanger is. It's a mixture of both the delay pedal plus a phaser. It does have a very, very similar sound to the phaser, but it does have a distinct sound. That's why it's an entirely separate pedal. So let's go ahead and take a listen to the flanger at the default settings that GarageBand gives us. All right, so that's a pretty good default setting. I like that a lot, but of course you can always modify these settings. So let's look at each one of these knobs and see what they do. Like I said, it's dissected pretty much between delay and phaser. So if you remember on the phaser, the rate and the depth, those are like the same knobs. The rate knob is, of course, how fast that effect is going back and forth between it. So let's go ahead and raise and have a high rate and see how that sounds. Okay, that sounds pretty ugly, as you can tell, but that's what the rate does. So try not to overdo the rate unless you're really going for that type of sound. Of course, let's try a low rate. All right, so I actually like a low rate versus a high rate, but I'm gonna put it back to about midway again, and let's take a look at the depth. So let's do a high depth. Okay, so high depth is something that you can kind of exaggerate, and it just won't be too ridiculous. Once again, if you are going for ridiculous, then obviously go for it. Well, let's take a look at a low depth. Okay, so low depth doesn't sound that bad either. I'm going to put that back up to midway. And feedback, once again, feedback knob is the repetition. So the more feedback you have, the more repetitions you're going to have at the tail end of the audio signal. So let's take a listen at a high percentage feedback. Okay, as you can tell, the feedback is a pretty main solid knob for the flanger knob because it just intensifies that sound way a lot more. So you can hear that. All right, so I'm gonna put that down a little bit, but it doesn't sound that bad having a lot of feedback. Let's try a lot of manual. Oh, manual. Well, the manual button or knob is the actual time. So looking back on that delay pedal, this is our time. So how much that signal is going to be delayed. And once I turn them to a high manual setting, you'll be able to hear how it kind of slaps back, and you can hear the time difference. So let's do a high percentage of manual. So high manual is just, my personal opinion, just sounds ugly. But of course, do whatever you want, whatever sounds good. let's do, since the default was already down to basically 0, let's do just like a lower but not all the way. And that sounds like a robot trying to play guitar or something. Anyway, but that is the good old flanger pedal. So I have fun experimenting with that.
So please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any requests, please send them to requests@mahalo.com.
Well, I do remember, darling, the time we spent on my roof just staring.